It's the Donald Trump Show. Starring Carolyn Levitt as the bitchy know-it-all neighbor, Pete Hegseth as the town drunk, Scott Besant as the inept accountant, Little Marco Rubio as the hypocritical immigrant, Robert F. Kennedy as the shady town doctor, Pam Bondi as the corrupt town prosecutor, Kristi Noem as the dog-killing sheriff, J.D. Vance as the used couch salesman, Stephen Miller as Hitler, Roy Cohn as the closeted ghost in the attic, Laura Loomer as the gossipy Joe McCarthy, and starring Donald Trump as the lovable brain-addled mayor. The Donald Trump Show, brought to you by Depends. The Donald Trump Show was filmed before a captured studio audience. Greetings. This is the Long in the Boot podcast, the podcast coming to you from the heel of the boot of Southwest Louisiana. I am your host, G Long, and sitting across the way is Deb.
Hi, y'all.
Hello, Deb.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm much better.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just 1 second.
Oh, it's no big deal.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
I mean, it was a big deal for about a week, but now it's moving along.
Quite the deal. If you'd like to get a hold of the, Long in the Boot podcast, you give us an email, send us an email at longintheboot@gmail.com. You can, of course, call us at 337-501. Crap, screwed up again. 337-502-9011. I'm out of practice. And for all your past podcast needs, you just go to longintheboot.com and there they be.
There they are. They're at YouTube as well.
Yes.
No video because we don't do those things.
We're an audio podcast.
Yeah,
we're old school.
We're old.
We've got faces for radio.
Speak for yourself, old man. I still feel okay. Besides, my algorithm is sending me silver singles on a daily basis.
Yeah, well,
I don't really know why and how that came about, but,
And of course, I am encouraging anyone with lots of money to please contact my wife. Because, if I'm going to murder somebody, I want to have a good story.
Oh, there you go.
I did it for the money.
You did it not for the love of me. Damn. All right. So here we are.
So Deb was sick. We couldn't do our podcast like we should have.
Yeah. Well, school got started and you got sick the very first Friday.
I was sick literally a few days. Well, actually, I got sick one day with students.
Yeah, the first day.
Literally.
Made it through the weekend, got a little worse, and
one
then
of those
sucked
vectors
it up
of plague.
like the warfighter you are.
Yeah, warfighter.
And made it through the week. I began getting sick on Thursday, rough day, and then Friday said, the hell with this.
You weren't tough like
I
me.
was not, and ended up.
The trick is, I think part of the trick is to get sick right before the weekend so you have time to recover. I think that really helps.
I did Thursday, but
you were still in bad
it
shape.
was really bad shape. Anyway,
we
made it.
If you have a vector of human plague at home, please wash them. Dip them in rubbing alcohol twice a day.
Wash them daily and inject them with Clorox.
That's right.
Or something.
Just have them drink bleach.
I don't even remember now. It's been so ludicrous.
So,
all right.
As you might have guessed from the opening of the show,
our tone for the day,
we've decided, you know what? We're going to get in on the bandwagon.
Well,
everybody else talks about him, so we're going to talk about him.
It started really well. We all know it started a long time ago, but
yes, in Queens, New York,
Newsom
when for some reason Donald Trump's father had sex with Donald Trump's mother.
For some reason, Newsom has hired somebody to defend. right?
Yeah, right. And
we have
by now
rebuttal.
you've seen it. Newsom keeps posting posts that sound like Donald Trump.
Yes,
but they are.
So he's just mocking him.
Yeah, and he's making fun of him.
Yes,
of course,
and he's
in the
doing.
process.
And we did do an episode not too long ago about how comedians are the people driving, because obviously
comedians will save us.
Taking all of this seriously is doing no good.
Well, apparently you can't engage with Trump seriously, and I understand why.
Yeah,
because he doesn't argue with logic.
Well, no, everybody's a loser. It's just kind of
ad hominem, personal attacks.
Everything's twisted. Everything's fake news.
Everything's fake.
So there is his rebuttal is pretty much you can guess what he's going to say.
Right.
You know how it's going to be twisted. So you really can't, because your argument was Newsom should not be doing this. It's a serious.
Well,
it should be a serious.
If he wants
thing.
to do this, that's fine. But you need to offer us substance. And when I say us, not me, I'm not a Democrat. But if you want the Democratic Party
and
to win,
the independents,
and you want to get independents to come to your side in an election, you do have to be serious.
Yes, well, because I want to know,
or at least I think you do.
What is your plan? Well, see, maybe we've changed that much as a country.
No, we have not changed that much.
Well, I'm using the pejorative. It's.
The voting public, for whatever reason, has decided that it's more fun to watch the Donald Trump show instead of actually talking about real problems, real solutions,
and solutions to those problems.
And the simplest solutions often could fix the problems that they use, because all of the problems that both sides cite most of the time are being used simply as it's not us. Look what we're doing.
Yeah,
it's them.
Yeah, it's them. And it's a cover up for all of it.
Yes, because
if you want to drain the swamp, let's start with lobbyists. Just stop that completely.
If you want to drain the swamp, you end lobbying. Period.
Because that just opens everybody up for corruption, for greed.
It's literally licensed corruption.
Yes.
And then if you want the drug companies out of media, what do? You take their commercials off.
You can't have a commercial anymore.
You do the things that are simple, and just like fixing the budget. For all the talk of fixing the budget, if you just didn't spend more money for 10 years, the budget would fix itself because of the currency value and inflation. And they could have done that 30 years ago.
Well, yeah, because we have a set salary for a year, and we can't just keep spending more.
And now we had, of course, a new administration come in. Who was that guy again? Trump, who came in and said, we're going to cut the budget. They've been wasting money. And he did. He cut all kinds of stuff, but he's turning right around and spending it.
He's spending it in other areas.
But he's spending it on aesthetics.
Yes. We'll get to that. That's part of our sitcom plot.
Well, that's the whole thing.
That's the plot.
That is.
Okay. Actually, I read an interesting article because, South Park is currently, besides Newsom and his mocking attacks, South Park is our saviors for that. And David Schmid, a professor of English at the University of Buffalo, his expertise is in pop culture and cultural studies. And he said this season, they're getting such strong reactions, of course, because bullies hate being criticized, but they hate being made fun of even more.
Right. And that's absolutely true.
So that's Newsom's tactic, I think. He said laughter can be a very effective form of social critique. We clearly know that. But South Park, what they do so brilliantly is to go even lower and cruder than Trump.
Right.
So, in other words, if Trump mocks his enemies and calls them names, South Park goes even harder in that direction, being even more immature, even more crude and more insulting. And so that's the show's genius. And I guess that's kind of what we're having to do with Trump himself. Kristi Noem was, they're just attacking my looks. They're not attacking my values.
Notice she didn't say anything about they're attacking the fake story that I just murdered a dog. Well, and you know why? Because it's not a fake story.
That was my point when I read it. She's complaining that
dogs did she kill in that episode?
They're attacking her appearance, not her values. Well, dog killing is a value. That is saying something about
while
your
we're on that
values.
subject, your appearance is a joke, Christy Nome. The hat with the wig and the fake lips and the pancake makeup and the skin tight pants tucked into the boots, occasionally carrying a gun.
And her wife beater tank top as she paints the wall.
Right.
Oh, I left that one out. I forgot to paint the wall black.
Well, that's a story we can talk about because today it's all about them. Christy Nome announced, like the White House did in 2019, but now it's new. It didn't happen in 2019. Christy Nome brought it up about painting the border wall black.
Yes. And then they can't touch it. They won't climb it.
Yeah, not in honor of the great Rolling Stones song, Paint It Black. But her reasoning was because it will make the wall hotter. Now, she wasn't saying hotter the way Trump uses it. She was talking about the temperature of the wall, and which is just hilarious.
Well, I think holes have been shot in that already. The public does seem to realize that, there's nighttime.
Yes.
When it's not as hot. Mm-hmm. People can use
Well, you know what
gloves.
happens then? They just run into it because they don't even see it.
It's camouflage. That's it. Did you also notice the pictures of her when she's doing the photo op for painting the wall, that they're painting the American side?
Yeah, only the American side. And
so are they trying to climb out?
Well, it's not exactly on the border, so they could paint both sides. And maybe they will.
They've already
tried.
Knows? It was way too expensive. They only painted part of it. It didn't work. And then the paint peeled off.
Well, here's the problem. I can tell you from a man's explanation what I think is going on.
Warfighter.
Warfighter.
If you're going to talk about men, you need to call them all.
I'm not a warfighter. Anyway, I'm talking about the fact that they built the wall out of mild steel. Mild steel begins rusting almost immediately when it hits the air. So when it was in 2019, when it was doing that, they decided to paint it black so that it wouldn't look so atrocious on film.
Oh, folly.
But there's something you have to do to mild steel before you paint it if you want the paint to actually last, and that is to sand it completely down and then hit it with a nice primer.
Do we have employees to do that?
Well, we used to, but we've put them on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
So I suppose we could hire them to make that side of the wall look really, really nice, and then we'll just deport them again.
Do we have to pay taxes? Do they have to pay taxes on their salaries?
Yes.
All right.
Every legal resident in the United States,
that's
bar
already
none,
there's
pays
already
taxes.
one of Trump follies. Okay. There are many follies.
Well, the fact that, and I like to put it all in context as there used to be a guy on the radio, some of you may remember, most of you won't, but his name was Rush Limbaugh, and he was the number one person on radio
that people
in
were
America.
Tuned into and giving credit to his ideas.
While he did start to lose it when he got older, as some people do, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, and eventually Glenn Long, and that he understood that when you want to implement things in this country, you use incrementalism. You push the line and then wait for everything to catch up to the line and then push it again.
Well, Martin Luther King Jr. referenced incrementalism in his I Have a Dream speech. He says, we're not going to accept that anymore. But, of course, he was looking for civil rights. So I get that. But right now.
Wait a minute. There's no racism in America. America is not a racist country. Stop it.
But normally incrementalism is slow and goes over a period of time. For us now, it's like a week.
That's because it's a TV show.
I mean, well, that's true. We got to go quick.
And I'm going to emphasize this again. We are no longer a serious nation.
No.
We are the TV nation.
We are the WWE.
The streaming nation. Yes, our government is looking more and more like some kind of WWE plan.
Reality sitcom.
In fact, the guy that invented the WWE, his wife is in the administration, which ought to tell us something. But this has been going. I forgot her.
Linda McMahon.
Who again said,
I have a story about
A1 technology. A1 technology.
Yes. Like a steak sauce.
Right.
There we are.
And
womp,
womp. So, yes, there are so many things going on, and that is also part of the plan.
That is part of the plan. So we've only picked the comedy side.
Well, I've picked the things that I find amusing.
I find comedic.
I don't find them.
They make me angry.
Some of them are not funny.
No, they're not.
They're funny that people haven't even clicked to
Well, here I'll give you the final
Go
quote
ahead.
from the South Park expert there, Schmid, the professor. I think these attacks are a very big deal and a significant cultural moment. I think they express and channel the anger and despair that many Americans feel right now and give people a way of venting their frustration and fear. South Park creators have been attacked by just about everyone over the years, so it's unlikely to faze them when the Trump administration attacks them, which is their genius, and that's why we need them so desperately. So we find comedy and humor in this, but we do recognize that it is a very serious situation.
And that's the problem. We now have leadership that doesn't take things seriously either.
No.
And there might be people in his administration who would be great in any other administration.
Perhaps.
But
well, no, if he had directly appointed them and they're like a figurehead out front, the comedic cast in the front is different than the people running the show in the back.
The circle around him, the first wall of the circle, are the people we do see, like Marco Rubio. But all you have to do is look at Marco Rubio and realize what a gigantic hypocrite he is.
Oh, yeah, because he seemed to be against all of this for about a week.
He's been nothing but vocal in support of legal immigration
Yes.
and immigrants and how hard they work. And his own parents were immigrants. And now he's absolutely the other way. He doesn't care. He's cutting funding off for any school that even mildly supports immigrants. And he's in the State Department. He's not supposed to have any kind of power to do any of that.
We know all that's gone now. So when we start saying things like, well, they are supposed to ask Congress or they should do this, we know that none of that matters now.
Yes, because those laws, the bedrock of our Constitution, are being stomped on and trampled on.
And challenged so quickly
constantly.
over and over and over.
Exactly.
And we just get tired.
And we have the lunatics are running the asylum.
And I can't be angry all the time because I can't live like that.
Yeah, read Edgar Allan Poe's Dr. Tar and Professor Feather. You'll understand.
All right. So here, we started this administration with the Doge. Right. We came in and we horrifically
who saved $250 billion. 25 billion. 2.5 billion. We're not sure.
We axed all kinds of people's jobs. Their livelihoods were gone. Their health care was gone.
Everything.
Did everything. So
destroyed
they had to
entire departments.
They had to start over. Those people are going to have to find out. Those were individuals, real humans, living lives.
All help.
Cut off all that
around the world, even for starving children.
And then Elon didn't fly well with the public. His numbers weren't good, so we've got to cut him from the cast
because he's a flake, and he had to be removed.
He was too much of a flake.
Yes,
and that's saying something,
right? He's like a comedian who can't fit in with the rest of the cast.
Yeah. So he went a little too far. He's the Danny McBride. He's
right. And they tried. They tried to stroke his ego, and he's like the dude that was on 30 Rock, Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, Tracy Morgan.
He's the Tracy Morgan.
Well, that's why I said he's the Danny McBride. He's the one that we can't even deal with. It's just too over the top.
And so he's got to go.
But
you can't just let him go.
No, and Donald can't let anything go.
And you've got to trash him on the way out, of course. And now he's a loser.
Make him hate.
Now he's a loser.
Hate him even more.
He's a loser.
And Donald needs to make more money than him.
He needs to worry about his car company.
His salary, whose salary is the most.
The one I did the commercial for on the White House lawn. Not that I'm selling the name or the White House.
Or the car that I just bought for him. Okay, so apparently on Tuesday of last week, the White House launched their own official TikTok account.
Ooh.
Yes.
Getting in with the kids.
So while the White House launches their official TikTok account
did he do a cool dance?
Just as Trump's deadline to ban the app is hovering, above
He won't do it.
No, the account posted their first video Tuesday afternoon. It was a 20-second montage of videos of Donald waking. Waking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't.
That's not South Park.
Waking and speaking with supporters, overlaid with audio from his acceptance speech in 2016.
That one.
America, we are back. What's up, TikTok? Reads the caption to the video, which drew more than 90,000 views.
And let's not forget that particular acceptance speech for the presidency had George Bush looking at Hillary Clinton, their mortal enemies pretty much.
Yes.
And he says, that was some weird shit,
That was some weird shit right there, wasn't it? And now apparently the young people love George.
Oh, yeah, he's coming back.
Like he's coming back. He's making a comeback. So people are going to their TikTok. They are watching. They are reading. They are listening to him. I'm not sure if it's to laugh. When they come back and say his polls are lower than ever, he's down to 40%, 38%, that still means that 4 out of 10 people approve, or 6 out of 10.
The deal is 3 out of 10 supposedly are certifiably mentally damaged.
Is that what we're doing?
Crazy, whatever. So
okay.
So maybe that's the
well.
Who
So
knows?
if you really feel the need to, keep in touch, follow the White House TikTok. There,
we don't really know. I mean,
no, I don't.
But I'm focused on the mayor of our town, Donald Trump, because I absolutely 100% believe that he is becoming more and more a victim of his own dementia. I think that medically, and I'm using past family members and people I know who don't take care of themselves and they have bad blood flow, your brain doesn't work quite right. Even my own mother had that problem because she had smoked her whole life, so she wasn't getting so she had to go on oxygen.
You know what? So many of our people that listen are
Right,
in
and
that age where their parents, or actually their grandparents.
So when your brain is not getting the blood flow you need, you obviously have some serious problems. So as you might have heard, I don't know if you've heard.
Bella heard.
but Donald recently sent the National Guard into Washington, D.C. And before he did that, he was addressing a group of law enforcement officers because he was going to go for a ride-along. And so some of the quotes, this place was emblematic of it with the crime, the horrible crime. I watched these phony reports. We're on the way back. They weren't on the way back. It was worse than ever just a short while ago. Now, right now, it's better than it's been in years. Everybody feels safe. And then he went into this. One of the things we're going to be redoing are the parks. I'm very good at grass because I have a lot of golf courses all over the place. I know more about grass than any human being, I think, anywhere in the world. We're going to be regrassing the parks, all brand new sprinkler systems, the best you can buy, just like Augusta. It will look like Augusta. It will look, more importantly, like Trump National Golf Club. That's even better. We are going to have all brand new, beautiful grass. Like everything else, grass has a life. You know that? Grass has a life.
It does, and it grows.
We have a life, and grass has a life. The grass here died about 40 years ago, so we're going to be rebuilding all of your parks, and it's going to happen fast. It's going to go up like a miracle. You do the job on safety, and I'll get this place picked up physically, and we're going to be so proud of it. And at the end of 6 months, but let's say at the end of a year, this place will be maxed out in terms of beauty. You'll have all new surfaces, all new medians. Everything's going to look beautiful. A lot of your signs are going to be taken down. They've been up for 40 years. They look like hell. They're barely standing. They're falling. They're falling now.
Is this part of his DC $2 billion redo of the 3 mile area in front of the White House?
He hadn't even brought that up yet.
Oh, he hadn't even. Oh, okay.
This was before that.
I was going to say, I have that story. Is this the same story? Because he doesn't say those things.
Well, this was before. This is when he had said he was going to bring the National Guard in.
He brought them pizza and burgers, but he didn't do a ride along.
He did do a ride. He got in a car with some police.
Oh, okay.
And he rode in it.
All right.
But he didn't.
I don't want to hear anymore.
He wasn't like manly like Steven Seagal. He didn't haul his fat ass out of the vehicle and go after somebody.
Well, on August 22nd, he boasted at the White House about the appearance of his lower legs.
All right.
I look extremely good in shorts, is what he told everybody.
Okay.
I look extremely good in shorts. Okay.
But that's just emblematic of the problems that we have.
But see, you're taking it seriously. Why are you taking it seriously? It's not a problem. It's Donald.
Well, Donald is the focal point, but he is not the problem. It's the people around him who are the problem.
Yes. Okay. Can I do my ICE aims to spend millions on
sure.
unwrapping their vehicles?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. Now, ICE Immigration and Customs Enforcement has a mission right now, of course, and that is to get all the illegals out of the country.
No.
And compile a list, this has also been in the news, of every foreign-born person in America.
Yes, just from anywhere.
And they're going to start, obviously, they won't say it, but we all know what they're going to do. They're going to comb through their social media.
Yes.
Because they want to find people who are disloyal.
Well,
and they say they have the right to take away.
But if they feel like they've committed any crime, like you didn't pay your parking ticket,
right?
And you are, whatever country you're from, India, and you have your proper documentation, but you didn't pay that damn ticket out.
Sure,
you're gone.
But they don't even need that for a reason.
And if you want to join ICE, they're doing a huge recruiting. They've dropped all of their
student loan forgiveness.
Yeah, that's part of it. They've dropped their requirements. Age is not an issue.
I'm not sure reading is an issue.
All right. But currently, recruitment is big on their list. $50,000 signing bonus, any age, sounds like you can go in there.
And you will have to memorize the Horst Wessel song. And for you people who don't know what that is, look it up.
Oh God, don't give them things to do. They're just here to listen to some stuff.
I'll give you a hint. World War II.
Okay.
Right before.
So the ICE enforcement is seeking to spend millions of dollars on SUVs and custom gold detailed vehicle wraps emblazoned with the words "Defend the Homeland." That's all caps. According to a contractor's social media post and records that describe the decked out fleet as urgently needed in Donald's stated mission to improve the safety and streets of the district. So if they're on the streets of D.C., they need to have this gold wrap, these vinyls.
Don't you mean defend the fatherland?
The homeland. The homeland.
The fatherland.
The homeland.
Fatherland.
Well, they can't be too direct. They don't want to get sued by the Germans.
Yeah,
government contracting documents made public show the agency has proposed paying 4 companies more than $2.4 million for 25 Chevy Tahoes. About $174,000 for custom wrapping of the Tahoes. Ford Expeditions.
Wait, is that all of them? Because what kind of price are they getting? $174,000 isn't much for.
No, that's just for the wrap. $2.4 million for the vehicles, and then the wraps to have the ICE emblem.
Those wraps, even at that price, that has to be per car.
I assume. Well, they're getting things like Mustangs and stuff
and Ford Expeditions.
This is a crime emergency.
Yeah, they are buying high-power Mustangs.
Yes, yes. Okay, so once again, we cut the budget by firing all of this bloat in the government bureaucracy that were individuals working jobs,
right?
That they had health care.
And hungry children being
fed. When you get out of Congress, you've been elected, you live your life, you make good money, you get out of Congress, you still have your health care?
No.
You don't get it for life, and if you're a congressman.
Oh, if you're a congressman. Well, yeah, of course.
Well, fuck that shit. If I lose my job, I don't have health care.
Well, Congress isn't doing anything anyway, so.
Well, see, we want to. There's another place.
They work for us.
Well, and they get lifetime health care. So you go in and you serve 4 years.
Not only that, they get inside information on stocks.
Okay, they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to trade.
Okay, and they have lobbyists that give them all kinds of good gifts.
Well, that's why I'm saying if we want to stop, I can't solve all of the problems, but I know that
gifts are a big part of this administration. Gifts are
huge.
Important.
Well, that was the focus of the South Park this last episode because it's all gold. It's all gold, baby.
The head of Apple, as Trump called him, Tim Apple, brought him a big hunk of Gorilla Glass with a apple on it on a gold bar.
Yes, yes. Okay, so here, this is part of their contracting for ICE sought to spend the $700,000 on vehicles and vehicle wrapping services in support of its ramped up recruiting efforts. Apparently, in the one big beautiful bill, when they got all this money for ICE, the vehicles, the agency proposed 2 Ford Raptors.
One of the largest expenditures in the budget.
Yes, Ford Mustangs. ICE wrote in the documents that the Mustangs, and here's their quote, were an immediate request by the White House on August 7th, 2025. The Mustangs, which are to cost $121,000, will aid in recruitment by serving as a bold, high-performance symbol of innovation, strength, and modern federal service.
Oh,
So they need everything to look good. Does this feel like, I mean, Hitler really loved his people to look good.
Oh, it looks
He was
real
all
important.
about the spectacle.
You had to have the spectacle.
You had to have that.
Rallies at night, lots of torches.
All right. So really, I'm laughing about it, but I'm not. You should be enraged. We
Luckily,
should all be angry.
luckily, though, our government would never target a particular minority group and paint them as somehow less than human.
And paint them black?
And then do something really horrible to them, like lock them up. That will never happen.
No,
so thank goodness
we won't
for
go there.
that.
We'd never go there. We may do some things, but we won't do that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Reality keeps getting in the way of the vision of Donald Trump. There's a reality that just keeps inserting its darn self right back into it. And so I caught a story with the Trump energy secretary, who most people have never heard of.
Does he have a name?
His name is Chris Wright.
Did he work for Fox?
Probably. Honestly, I don't know what he did.
I want the list.
I'm looking at a picture of him and
Okay, maybe he
looks like a science teacher.
Maybe he's reputable and he has the qualifications. I don't know.
He was in Des Moines, Iowa, and
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Energy Secretary Chris White said he knows Republicans could suffer political pain for the electricity prices that are rising quickly in the Midwest, but he hopes voters will know who to blame. Democrats. The momentum of the Obama-Biden policies, for sure, that destruction is going to continue for many years.
Wait,
Wright
what?
told Politico. That momentum is pushing prices up right now. And who's going to get blamed for it? We will. We're going to get blamed because we're in office.
Because you're in charge. Well, actually, I thought that it was the AI push that's to blame for a lot of that.
Well, part of the problem is in Iowa, 60% of its electricity is generated from wind.
Oh,
but now companies are pulling back and they're going to be shutting a lot of these wind.
Well, hey, they are killing people.
They put out
with
waves.
their wind turbines.
And their waves.
They're killing people. So you want people to die?
So they are asking Trump to take a less harsh approach to Iowa with his policies. So you see what's happening.
So if because we know that, what was it, 16 or 19 states, all red states, us included, Louisiana included,
right,
are on the block for troops. We're going to get our own troops. They're not going to carry weapons, just like in D.C. until they do.
Until they did.
Yes. Until they will.
They did.
So right now, Louisiana, we are going to have troops coming into our state to clean up the crime.
No, they're guardsmen, and they're just assisting law enforcement.
Cleaning up the crime.
But that
apparently
is
the law enforcement officers aren't capable of doing.
Well, let's talk about the whole Washington thing.
Okay, let's do that.
So I've heard a lot of people incorrectly argue about posse comitatus for Washington, D.C. It doesn't apply. Washington, D.C.
You've said this before.
Has not on the air.
I think you have.
No, it was during a discussion. I've talked about posse comitatus before, but I'm talking about this particular instance.
Okay.
Trump has the right to call up a National Guard and have them put troops in.
Yes, Nixon
What's
did that.
unusual now is all of the sycophantic governors that are blindly loyal.
Looking at you, Landry.
Yep. Blindly loyal to Trump, wanting to get in on the action.
Well, yeah.
So they're sending troops from their own National Guard units to the White House or to Washington, D.C. My issue is we're in the middle of hurricane season. Every single National Guard troop should be in this state ready to go if something was to happen.
Occurs.
And certainly we're going to need some of those immigrants. If you could just hang on to a few of them. Please, Mr.
How do we
Trump,
rebuild?
Don't take all the Mexicans.
Everybody in this state recognizes.
And we all know who helped rebuild this area. And anyway, so he can do that. But now he's talking about sending them to places like Chicago.
He said that the beautiful black ladies in Chicago were begging him to come.
The big, beautiful black
ladies. The
BBBs.
Yes, in Chicago. That's exactly what he said.
Oh,
because he lives in a different time in his head.
Well, going back to the occupation of Washington, D.C., I looked at a map that showed where they're actually at. Mm-hmm. The places where crime is the worst seems to have the fewest number of people. They seem to be primarily located in places where tourists can take pictures of them, where nothing was going to happen anyway. I mean, it's not like anybody had stormed the Anyway, So
I don't think we should talk about that day.
yeah, you're not allowed.
January 6th is a non-entity. It's not there anymore. It never happened.
News, no one's done.
We just skip over that day now.
So, and then pardon all of them.
Let them all go.
The occupation.
But throw a Subway sandwich, you're going to prison, buddy.
So they had a guy who they were harassing, and he got mad, and there was a scuffle. It's on video. It's amusing.
Oh, they used that video. They
sure
put
did.
music to it, and they made it look like they feel like 20 men coming in.
Well, no, that was later. I'm talking about the incident itself.
The first time.
The first time he was arrested.
The second time when they did the show.
So he threw a sandwich at a guy. Okay, so he gets arrested. Okay, fine. They process him, send him home. Then in the middle of the night, they send 20 armed agents to his house.
They filmed the whole thing. They put music to it.
They made it like cops.
They needed TikTok stuff.
What you gonna do?
Yeah,
what you gonna do when
So
they
now
come
Subway
for you?
and this guy
fat boys.
has become like the rebel.
Yeah.
for the cause.
It looks he in the vinyl thing you can buy, he looks like a thrower out in Gaza.
Yeah, like a Banksy.
But he's got a sandwich instead of a rock.
Yes. So Subway and South Park.
Subway got free advertising.
These are our two icons for the rebellion.
Back to Washington, D.C.
Oh, all right.
The occupation itself. Trump's been talking on and on about the homeless and how they're the problem with crime. He's blamed them tremendously. He hasn't come out and blamed black people yet, but it's always just beyond the surface.
Yes.
He's being very careful not to slip and say that. And the thing is, they're not going into the areas where homeless really are because these are the worst areas of Washington, D.C.
Well, I thought he was going to move the homeless out.
He said, well, they're going to destroy homeless encampments.
So they're going to make the homeless homeless.
They're going to put people in facilities.
What kind of facilities?
Exactly.
Can we send them down to the alligator
Facilities.
Alcatraz? What facility? If you could,
you know what?
If you could have a facility,
a metal grinding shop is a facility.
No, look, if you could have a facility before for them, then why can't you have housing?
I agree.
Why can't you house them?
That's the question we have right now. Providing affordable housing to every homeless person in D.C. would cost an estimated $255,166.
So less than the cars
per day. This is every
day. Okay.
Wait, which is 4 times less than the daily cost of the military deployment. Taxpayers are paying more to put these soldiers in Washington, D.C. than it would cost to simply house everybody.
I think you just got the nut right there.
The nut.
The nut is
got to cover the nut.
That everything is costing the taxpayers more.
Exactly.
We are spending so much more now. The budget is just that doesn't get balanced out by the tariff collections because we're paying those as well.
That's a tax on the American
So we're
people.
paying the tariff taxes.
Yes.
We're paying for ICE. We're paying for gold wraps. We're paying for gold cherubs. We're paying for everything.
We're paying for the special room inside the White House
I haven't gotten there. I haven't gotten there. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go back to D.C. because all this happens in D.C.
Oh, and don't forget, also, he tore the Rose Garden out.
Yes, he put
down white.
No, it's Mar-a-Lago.
It's Mar-a-Lago. It's white tile.
I am following the aesthetics of the White House and what's going on, and I'm not against renovating. He's
turning it into
a Mar-a-Lago.
It's the 1970s version of what opulence used to look like.
What he thinks it should look like.
It's like Elvis's Graceland. Mm-hmm. If you've been to Graceland, you know what I'm talking about. I'm surprised there's not velvet paintings up in the White House.
I am as well with
I'm
all of his gold.
That.
Okay, so Donald has this issue right now. He says that he is going to raise $2 billion from Congress to have D.C. beautified. He spoke with reporters during a brief tour of the People's House Museum. It's a new museum and gift shop just across the street from the White House complex. I'm giving out a contract very soon. We're going to be raising $2 billion from Congress, and Congress is happy to do it. Really? Are they? Mr.
nice.
Trump told reporters he would offer no other details, and he said we're going to spend the money wisely. And this is his area.
Are they, though?
Okay, and this is the other part that bothered me. He's indicated that a general contractor, Clark Construction, has already been selected. It's not clear if there's been a bidding process for the contract, but Clark Construction has been selected. Okay, so he's going to spend $2 billion. We're going to head right out from the Capitol in the White House. If you look at a circle and go about 3 miles out, it's going to be beautiful. All those light bulbs, you see the poles, they're rusting. They've got different lenses. If you look, I mean, just looking at so many different problems, we're going to have this place beautified within a period of 12 months.
Right.
The streets are going to be retopped.
Paved with gold.
So, citizens, we are paying $2 billion for a 3-mile circle around his home.
So he can look at it, I guess.
It's his home, not ours.
It used to be the people's home.
But it's no longer the people's home.
No.
It is not. So 3 miles. The 1950s, I think they're,
Yeah.
I don't know.
His vision of what it should look like falls right in line. If you go back, you can look at magazines and stuff from the past and look at him when he's in his Trump Tower in his home and see what it looked like.
And that's what he wants.
That's what he wants the White House to be. And it's disgusting. It's just gross. It doesn't,
But he did pay for those flagpoles himself.
Yeah, he says.
You know what?
Has he paid for anything?
Pay for all this shit because you're making a ton of money hand over fist as you get this job. This job has made you so much money. You were on the edge before you got elected.
But it's not like he would use the people's house for making money, right?
Can we do that now?
Might as well.
Are we going to do it? All right. So Donald has set up a corner of the West Wing. Yes, the West Wing to display his merchandise.
Merch.
So basically, this week
You can get his CDs. You can get T-shirts.
A Trump aide shared a photograph of Donald showing off a 4 more years hat to Zelensky while Zelensky was meeting with him. Like, I don't know if he wanted Zelensky to buy the hat, if he wanted to just solidify the idea that
Wonder
he's
where the
a
hat
dictator.
was made.
Well, in China.
Of course.
In addition to many hats, the collection includes books, cufflinks, jewelry, and water bottles,
ties.
Trump-branded books, cufflinks. So I imagine, right, this month while hosting the world leaders in the West Wing, he showed off that area of a room that features his display of all MAGA merchandise. They already have, if you go to the White House and take a tour, there is already an official gift shop. 1950, Harry Truman started the gift shop there. That makes sense. You should have a gift shop. It makes sense. I mean, so Donald now, I envision world leaders coming through, and then it's like a museum.
Okay.
At the end, you have to go through the gift shop before you leave.
You get off the ride.
You get off the ride. You got to buy something.
The ride that is Donald Trump.
Damn it. I can't even.
After you present him his gift and tell him he doesn't have a tiny penis.
And then you go
into the gift shop
and you buy something. And you have to show him that you bought something. I'm
you probably do.
I'm still salty.
I assume you have to put your stuff in a cubby when you walk in.
Oh, yeah. Your phone, I'm sure.
I would think.
They take your phone.
Well, they're going to search it. All right, just take it.
They're going to go
You might have immigrant stuff on
You might
there.
have a fat picture of Vance in there.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, fat Vance will get you arrested.
Yeah.
I'm still salty about the Belgium Torture Museum not having a gift shop.
I know.
They have a moral guide.
It was in Amsterdam.
Amsterdam? No, it was in Belgium.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure it was in Belgium.
I think it's in Amsterdam.
I keep once a year I go to their website to find out.
I think you'll find it's in Amsterdam.
I think it's in Belgium.
I think you're wrong.
There is one in Chicago. I'll bet they have a gift shop because that's American.
Well, I'm sure he'll have troops stationed there soon.
It won't be a good torture museum like the one in Europe, because European torture museum, they got it all over us. But look, they won't even have a gift shop. They won't sell their soul.
We probably have one at Gitmo too, but it's a working torture museum.
It's a working torture museum. You want thumb screws? We got you thumb screws.
Okay, so we've made fun of Trump's aesthetics. We've made fun
of all the money he spent, our money.
But it's the money. It's so much money for all the people who are like, he's spending money. Blah, blah, blah.
Everybody has a budget. All of our listeners have a budget.
Everybody has to live on a budget except for the man in the White House.
The one that we give money to.
The one who's not supposed to be able to spend money without congressional approval, which means that Congress isn't doing its job.
Congress was happy to give him $2 billion. They're not even in session.
Did they vote?
They're not even in session.
Of course not. They can't just give him $2 billion. And then, of course, We have
You should all be enraged.
they're trying to fix the Smithsonian now.
You fix it how?
Well, apparently they don't like the fact that the Smithsonian, especially the African American History Museum,
The wing?
focuses on slavery as part of African American history. They say it's too negative. It's they don't talk about the good things.
The good thing. Oh, we got them here? They got here. Oh, they got free passage here.
So yeah, that is a huge thing. They're upset. They're very upset about
We're going to be very upset.
They're losers. They won't show
They
my
won't
vision.
talk about the good
So
side.
they are sending people into the Smithsonian,
Yes,
the People's Museum.
Yes, ours. That tells our history.
My favorite thing is
good and
the
bad.
comment where you said they don't talk about the future. It's a freaking history museum.
History.
You moron.
History. The past. We talk about the past,
And
so we know about our future.
and he says that we just one of the lines was all they do is talk about the bad things about slavery. And as a teacher, I'm like, when I examine myself teaching about slavery, when I have, it's pretty negative.
It's true. He's right. I'm not talking about the good side of slavery.
Yeah. Oh, it ended.
It ended. Okay.
It ended.
Yeah, with the death of a president.
Right.
And many
so
thousands
this is
of people.
literally what they're going in. And if you think, well, wait a minute.
If you think whitewashing history is okay.
Okay, it's just one guy. Sure, he's the president, but it's just one guy. Well, right now, a very much heavy Trump-aligned
Faction?
candidate in Georgia
Oh, okay.
says that the Atlantic slave trade is fake history, that most slaves were actually white, and modern black Americans are indigenous to North America.
Oh, they were already here.
Yep.
Oh, there was no passage. There was no middle passage. They didn't sail those ships. None of that. Fake news.
And this is where it starts getting weird. Turns out that he's got support. And one of the people that's supporting is this MAGA-aligned rapper who's known as Waka Flocka Flame. He's black.
And
He said, and I quote, "I have no African descendants in my blood. I'm a Native American. So literally, I'm a Cherokee. I'm a Blackfoot. I'm a Red-Tail Indian. I have no African heritage whatsoever and no African relatives. I am all Cherokee Indian. The real black slaves here were Portuguese, and most of the slaves in this country were actually white, not black." They support what Trump's trying to do with the African American Heritage Museum.
Yeah.
This is what happens when people don't know anything about history or just simply refuse to believe.
Or won't believe it.
It's not like it's been that long.
Well, we have made clear in the
You
last
can listen
few
to
months.
former slaves on audio
Yes.
at the Library of Congress right now talking about their experiences under slavery. It's not like it's something so long ago you can't be sure. We're sure. And was there anything positive about institutional slavery? No. And should they gin up some positive stuff? To me,
if you're digging for positives, then there's a problem.
If you're digging for positives
You're
in
not
slavery,
finding
then I have to believe your image of slavery is like the Disney Song of the South version. But these people have actual power.
Yeah, unfortunately. Actually, if you want to, those of you that read, that enjoy a good book, and you want to dig into,
Unlike our president.
Well, and you want to understand some more about that, pick up a book by Isabel Wilkerson called "The Warmth of Other Suns." It's the epic story of America's Great Migration, and it's phenomenal. It looks imposing because it's a really thick book, but
it's a serious
It's
book.
actually several stories, and
it's also researched.
It's well
Detailed
researched.
research.
She did. I'm going to warn you though. The woman that did the research and wrote the book, she's black. And the people she talks to, they were black.
Well, I wonder how she'd feel about that story.
I'm sure she's probably quite
I may come back to the
shocked
Smithsonian
about this.
thing because as I was digging and doing research,
and doing more interest.
there is a long history of basically the right's hatred of the Smithsonian. They even tried to make the Smithsonian acknowledge that there once were giants roaming the earth.
Really?
Because of some bones they found that they immediately recognized as mastodon bones.
Oh, but okay, so the giants
The religious right said, no, this
people?
proves the Bible.
But they were thinking they were people?
Yes.
People bones?
Nobody at the Smithsonian thought that.
Well, no, I'm saying that the religious people who
These religious people actually believed that they were the bones of the Nephilim.
And the educated people at the Smithsonian were just trying to fool them.
Yeah, they said
just cover it up.
That they
for
covered
Satan?
it up.
For Satan, because their
image of the government is like the end of Indiana Jones. Right?
Okay, all right, whatever.
But it's a very interesting history.
See, I got to find things to laugh about because that's not funny.
All right, well let's go.
Have you got one more? Because I only have one more, and I feel like it's.
I have so much.
Yeah, I know.
I could never do it all.
I closed.
The Trump show is a to be continued. Obviously,
oh,
it's a
clearly.
two-parter.
Oh, we're not. Apparently, we're not canceling anything.
So you remember how the Republicans used to be anti-communist? Remember that? Remember?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I teach it every year when we get to the McCarthy era.
They used to not like communists.
After the witch hunt of the Crucible.
In fact, they'd go after communists who weren't even communists. That's how serious
they just lied about it. Here, I got a list of communists.
One of the things that dictates communism's government style and the structure is that the government owns the means of production, not individual people.
Oh, you're going here.
And so when the government actually can pick and choose which companies are successful and which ones aren't.
Which ones they want.
That's communism.
TikTok.
And recently, the United States announced that they were taking a 10% equity in the company Intel, which is a privately, well, not privately, it's owned by the stockholders.
You use the word taking?
Well, yes. And the way they're doing it is there was an act passed a while back called the CHIPS Act.
Okay.
And under the CHIPS Act, it encourages these companies like Intel, who build chips, to build them in the United States. And this money would then flow to them while they, of course, increase their.
And we're not against that. We should be making chips in this country.
We should absolutely.
We should be making
the fact that
as
it
much
ever
as we
left
can
our shore
in this country.
Is not a blight on Trump. It's a blight on Congress
in the 70s
and former presidents for not dealing with it when they should have.
Starting in the 70s, absolutely.
However, they were already allocated a certain amount of money. Now, what they did is they went in and told Intel, you're not going to get that money unless you give us 10% of your
So the money we've already said we would give you, that was already earmarked for your company, is now not going to be distributed unless you give us 10% stake in your company.
Right.
So basically, the Don just up the loan, I guess.
Well, he just held it off. He's basically, you can't have it because, one, it was under Joe Biden.
Oh, well, that's the problem.
Even though it's already been allocated and approved by Congress, the way the law.
Yeah, but that's legal, and Donald doesn't do any of that.
So they basically now have to give 10% of their shares.
So we the people just got 10% of Intel.
Did we?
Did we? I want my 10%. I want my percentage of Intel.
But if the government is going to start doing sweetheart deals with individual companies
in order to take
this way, then we are a communist government.
I'm not an expert economic accountant.
I'm no expert either.
But couldn't this be quite profitable?
But I can read.
And lucrative for the country if we did this?
Not only the country, but lots and lots of people who might say, you know what? I'm going to invest in this company because the government's going to make sure that they do well.
Yes.
And so it just basically is a pump scheme. You know, you pump the price up.
Yeah.
And the stock did go up.
Do you think Donald knows how to do that? Is he skilled at that?
Well, what he said after the announcement that this was happening.
And he was so pleased.
Well, he just walked in. He wanted to give us money. He walked in. He wanted to keep his job, and he ended up giving us $10 billion. He just gave it to us. So we picked up $10 billion.
Yeah. That's not exactly.
That's
no. Oh, is that the thing about the EU?
Well, and if you think
because he said the EU had given us billions of dollars.
I think I said NVIDIA.
Yeah,
it's Intel. It's Intel. I have NVIDIA is also in this story.
Yeah, they're in it. The steel company. He's in it with the steel company.
They have banned companies that sell chips from selling to China. NVIDIA has its new, what they're called H2O chips, and they've been banned from selling them to China. Or excuse me, they were banned from selling them to China. They're the best chips, beautiful chips. And in exchange for permission to sell to China, they have to give 50% of their sales to the government.
Wait, 15 or
15%.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 50. I was like, holy shit.
15 is still a big chunk.
That's still a big chunk.
That's a hell of a vig.
Yeah.
So does this start to sound sort of like, look, I can't very well let you sell chips to the enemy.
Yeah, you can't do that.
We're going to need something off the
He
back
really is
end.
the Don. We keep saying it. It's a joke. I'm scared when he dies, though, because then it's going to get real.
It's all going to fall apart.
Yeah, it's going to get real when he passes.
And what you're going to watch is all these people vying for real power.
All right, so I'm going to wrap up with my final thing that I found completely atrocious because this affected us, and this is going to affect thousands and thousands of citizens, people. I guess it's part of the recruitment thing too, though. Trump administration is going to block student loan relief for some workers in the public service loan program. So in 2007, George W. Bush started a public service loan program, loan forgiveness program. This is how we went to college, signed up for that. That seemed like a good deal. You work in an area,
Right.
you're public servant, teachers, police officers, medical people,
Pay your loan for a
firefighters.
couple decades, and the rest is forgiven as long as you're a teacher.
We paid our monthly bills. We did all that, and then when we were going to get loan forgiveness, and then the program didn't work.
Well, the program under the first Trump administration, what's her name, DeVos, she just basically shut it down.
Yeah,
she
just didn't. So
nobody could get out of
We
their
all made
loans.
the agreements. We
And
stuck to it.
To top it off, here I go trying to say NVIDIA again. What was I can't remember the company's name that had our loans.
Fannie Mae
No,
or
it was
Sallie
like
Mae.
Navient.
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 We went through several.
Wait, so we were supposed to be forgiven. Navient called us and said, well, you're not forgiven yet. They
Yeah.
came up with a reason. But if you sign on to this new program, then you'll be forgiven after 1 year or
Another
something like
year
that.
or something of payment.
And we said, okay, fine.
Basically, we paid for 17 years.
and
Is about what we ended up doing.
no, it was 20 year. It was a 20
We
year.
did a full 20 years?
Yeah, it was 20.
Okay.
And so we did that so we could get rid of the loan, we thought, and then only to discover that in that document, it nullified all of the previous months.
So basically, after 2007, only
So after 20 years, it went back to
there
20
was
years.
about 1% who actually got their loans forgiven under that.
Yes.
Biden did change that. Biden actually made it so that the rules.
Hey, I'm not
went
going to
back.
say
No.
much about Biden,
no.
but I'll give him that
However,
one. He made the
now-
program live up to the letter of the law.
To what they had originally, what we
Yes.
signed for in the contract. So
Yes.
the proposed rule now by the Department of Education, Linda McMahon, would restrict people from participating in the federal public student loan forgiveness program if the organization they work for is found to be engaging in certain illegal activities. Trump has given
And not following Trump's vision.
Yes, well, it is. It's his vision of what is illegal activities.
Right.
The historic mandate to restore the public service loan program to its original purpose, which is supporting, this is his goal, to supporting public servants who strengthen their communities and serve the public good, not benefiting businesses engaged in illegal activity that harm Americans. The loan program, the proposed rule lists some examples.
Private businesses, by the way, do not figure into this. These are public.
No, these are public.
Public institutions he's talking
The
about.
proposed rule lists some examples of what sorts of activities would be considered illegal, potentially resulting in your organization's workers being excluded from the loan program.
Well, I have a question. If you teach the truth about slavery, would that be?
In a public school, I don't think that's going to be
yeah.
okay.
You can't have your loans
Organizations that aid and abet terrorism, violation of immigration laws,
Okay.
chemical and surgical castration or mutilation of children.
That would be the medical.
That is the
side
medical
of this.
field
Yes.
side. Yeah, if you're gonna help those people, you're in trouble there. So school teachers, your school better not
Wait,
be woke.
they're not allowed to cut the nuts off of somebody?
No.
Oh, they're talking about sex change operations.
They're talking about sex change. They're talking about trans people. They're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to have Mexicans working for you.
yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, of course.
That's aiding and abetting terrorism. So basically, you can, as an individual, still get your loans paid off, but you must leave that organization and go to an organization that is engaged in lawful activities. So public schools, hospitals.
If they're seen as in any way aiding and abetting DEI initiatives, that's what it comes down to.
So to be clear, if
all of California's public schools and public workers would be banned from having their loans forgiven under this program.
I'm going to read you the very final.
Yeah, go
To
ahead.
be clear, if implemented, this proposal would allow the Secretary of Education to disqualify from PSLF any employee of school systems that accurately teach the U.S. history of slavery, of healthcare providers who offer gender-affirming care, and of legal aid organizations that represent individuals against unlawful deportation. So there, really, our only fallback, our only recourse is to join ICE.
Using the power of the federal government to coerce behavior, not based on law, but based on personal opinion. That's communism. Again, Trump is becoming a communist before our eyes. But here's the thing. In a communist state, if you have a popular demagogue who also uses the military as their own personal enforcement arm against the citizenry of the said country, then you're stepping into fascism territory. You're getting closer and closer.
Well, Jared Diamond says that we are going to civilization fall apart.
We're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to wrap it up.
You're going to be hopeful? Not me. It's going to be you today.
I'm going to talk about.
I was in a dark place.
That a lot of people have high hopes and well.
Oh, you're being sarcastic.
Wait, I want to wrap it up because this shows the humanity of the man. Donald Trump was on a radio show recently, and this will be the last.
Was
thing.
he?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
All right.
And the president launched into a talk about
a song, a dance,
a talk about Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton.
Oh,
and on the report cards that are all awaiting us in the afterlife.
Oh, I remember. Okay, go ahead.
And I'm going to read his own words.
Yeah.
His own words. I just do it because I know it's true. If you look around, I mean, people of faith, there's a feeling they want to be good. You know, they get punished if they're not good, right? If you don't think about that, if you're not a believer and you believe you go nowhere, what's the reason to be good, really? There has to be some kind of report card up there someplace, you know? Like, let's go to heaven. Let's get into heaven. And it's sort of a beautiful thing. Look, religion was the backbone of our country. It's much less so now, but it's getting stronger under me. It was terrible under Biden. I was so amazed, you know, I won the evangelicals by like 88%, but I was trying to figure out who are the other 12? How could they vote for her? You know, Joe Biden. You know, I mean, she was so pathetic in Biden. You know, it's a combination. What was worse than the other? Why did they do that? It's like you can't imagine them wanting to do that. And you saw what they did. You saw what they did to you. They were closing churches. Even if the people went outside and they were 10 feet apart, they were going in and raiding them.
Oh, during COVID.
They were the backbone of this country, and they still are, but they're dwindling, but they're getting stronger. And religion's on its way back. And religion brings our country together. All religions, a lot of religions. I mean, some I could question, I guess, if I'm being honest. A little rough philosophy there, but religion brings our country together. It's a great thing. He says, I want to try to get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well. I hear I'm really at the bottom of the totem pole. But if I can get into heaven, then this will be one of the reasons.
What?
I don't know.
What was there? Oh, peace. He's trying to bring peace.
Maybe that's it. Oh, yeah, it was
okay.
Russia and Ukraine.
Oh, okay.
So he says if he gets
Israel
to heaven,
is bombing the shit out of Gaza, so there's no peace there.
Well, no, but God understands that region. He just let them go.
Okay. Religion's not bringing those people together. No. How is it that religion brings people together?
Yeah. You know what? As a history teacher, just the idea that religion brings people together. Locally.
Yeah.
Small groups.
Fake news.
And
community, yes.
But when you talk about governments and countries,
yeah, it doesn't. Not so much. Not so much. We got a problem there. Okay, so this is your positive. Donald wants to get into heaven.
Yeah. So Donald does want to get into heaven.
He's going to start doing nice things then.
Well, because religion's getting stronger under him.
Actually, I did read that the one area where building is going on, construction. Churches.
Yeah.
We're constructing churches.
Well, you know what? Everybody likes fried chicken.
That's got to be out. That has to play us out. We got to go on that one. You know what, folks? Your joy is portable. Bring it with you. Just don't go to D.C.
or Chicago soon enough.